All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to talk about what Errol Spence Jr. had to say about Manny Pacquiao and the win that Yordenis Ugas had over him. It was one of the very few moments in that press conference where he got a little bit heated. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to talk about the welterweight championship fight that is coming up this April 16th, I do believe is the date, between Errol Spence Jr. and Yordenis Ugas, and comments Errol Spence Jr. made about Manny Pacquiao in the interview that he conducted after the in the press conference. But before I get into that, though, first let me say welcome back to the channel. If you are not subscribed to the channel, please accept my invitation to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so that you can be notified of when we release more videos. And also make sure that you hit all notifications so that you get all of the notifications for the videos and not just get them occasionally. So, all right, let's get into this. Errol Spence Jr. is going to be fighting Yordenis Ugas in a fight that I am very, very much looking forward to. It is going to be another top-level fight out of Errol Spence Jr. In defense of his IBF belt. He unified against the WBC, and now he's going to defend his IBF and his WBC in an attempt to unify and bring in the WBA super belt, which is owned by Yordenis Ugas, who he won the belt that he won off of Manny Pacquiao. Now, in the press conference, Errol Spence Jr. had kind of a stoic look on his face the entire time. Really looked very, very even-keeled, right? Looked like he's in tremendous shape from the look of his face and his neck. Doesn't look like he's carrying any extra weight. He doesn't look drawn. Doesn't look like he's carrying any extra weight. Really looks very, very solid. Same thing for Yordenis Ugas. But one of the things that I noticed when Errol Spence Jr. was asked about Yordenis Ugas and how Yordenis Ugas, had the opportunity to fight Manny Pacquiao, and, does he think that he's going to be a tough fight, right? Errol Spence Jr. said all of the right things, and true things, right? Look, this guy is going to come to fight. It's going to be a war. There's going to be fireworks in this fight without a doubt. He's coming to bring it. I'm coming to bring it. It is going to be an absolutely great show. It's going to be a great show. But then he went in to talk about his Yordenis Ugas, and when he's asked about what he thought about how easily Yordenis Ugas beat Manny Pacquiao. And Errol Spence Jr. just looked up and that's the one time he got animated, or where he said, "Look, man, I am not Manny Pacquiao." Man, first of all, Manny Pacquiao, when he beat Manny, he said, when I was going to fight Manny Pacquiao, I was going to destroy Manny Pacquiao. I hate that I didn't get the opportunity to do it myself, but I was going to destroy Manny Pacquiao without a doubt. So what he did with Manny Pacquiao did not impress me. And in fact, he's like, when he, that's kind of like saying, because he beat Manny Pacquiao, I shouldn't be that impressed with him, because it's like, look, man, that's like situations where Larry Holmes beat Muhammad Ali at the end of his career, or Terry Norris beat Sugar Ray Leonard at the end of Sugar Ray Leonard's career when he was older. That's not the same Manny Pacquiao that, if he would have fought Manny Pacquiao in his prime. So he pretty much just dismissed Yordenis Ugas' win over Manny Pacquiao as, look, man, Manny Pacquiao was an older dude. That was going to be it for him anyway. And if I got in the ring with him, I was going to mash him. Now, my personal belief is that that's the case. If Errol Spence Jr. would have gotten with that same Manny Pacquiao, right? But this is a southpaw on the southpaw matchup with Manny Pacquiao and Errol Spence Jr. I think Errol Spence Jr. had a very good chance of stopping Manny Pacquiao, because Manny Pacquiao did not have the endurance. He did not have the punch output that he used to have when he was younger, or when he was more, well conditioned. However, you guys, as people that have been longtime watchers of Manny Pacquiao want to think about it, maybe he's not as well conditioned as he was back then. But whatever the case, Errol Spence Jr., I think, in that fight probably would have bowled over Manny Pacquiao. Definitely put a lot of pressure on him, and I think eventually would have got that towel thrown out on him, where Yordenis Ugas was a lot more measured a lot more, winning the fight by decision, was not really going to take a lot of risks with Manny Pacquiao, which is a smart move, because Manny Pacquiao, you get greedy with Manny Pacquiao, you can find a real hard straight left in your mouth real quick, because Manny Pacquiao is, even though he was older in his career, the dude still ain't a joke, right? Still is a very, very experienced fighter, excellent at setting people up. He knows what he's doing in the ring. And, Yordenis Ugas might have got caught in a bad situation if he tried to do that. So I don't fault him for that. I just think that what Errol Spence Jr. is saying is true, that Errol Spence Jr. probably would have pressed through it regardless and got him out of there, or got it to the point where they threw in the towel and ended that situation in more of an ugly fashion. That's what I think. Now, Errol Spence Jr. also admitted in the fight, when he asked if he was going to knock out Yordenis Ugas, he's like, man, I don't know. It's been a long time. It's been a long time since I've knocked anybody out. But, I think in this particular situation, my condition's going to be a lot better, and then I'll be in a lot better position. So even though he's saying that he believes that he could have got Manny Pacquiao, would have beat Manny Pacquiao worse, he's not going out there to say that he believes or he's anticipating knocking out Yordenis Ugas, which I think is a really smart move, man. I don't think that he should go like what he did with Sean Porter, where he said ahead of time what he was going to do to Sean Porter, like, hey, man, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to knock you out. Like telling the guy affirmatively, I'm going to knock you out. I'm going to get you out of here. And then pressing so hard to get the fight, to beat the guy, that it made the fight closer, and he gave Sean Porter more opportunities than he would have otherwise. With a counterpuncher like with Yordenis Ugas, him being aggressive but measured, I think is going to be important. Right. And also kind of predicting and taking care of the straight right hand of Yordenis Ugas, because Yordenis Ugas is going to come with two different type of straight right hands, because that's what they say about southpaws, that the killer for a southpaw is a straight right. Similarly, the killer that southpaws run on orthodox fighters are straight lefts, right? So and that's, if you look at what happened with Manny Pacquiao and Juan Manuel Marquez, it was a straight right. Floyd Mayweather Jr. really did keep Manny Pacquiao off balance with that straight right. Yordenis Ugas probably is going to be did that with Manny Pacquiao with his straight right and his looping right around the guard. So you can expect for him to come with that straight right a lot and looping rights around the guard for Errol Spence Jr. So he's going to have to prepare for that and not be overly aggressive and get himself out of position, because Yordenis Ugas is a very, very solid fighter. But, all in all, man, I'm telling you, I'm really, really looking for this fight. I think that this is a competitive fight. And even if Errol Spence Jr. Up a notch from Yordenis Ugas, I think that it is a scenario where we're going to see, moments of calculation going on with both guys. You're going to see good moments for both guys. I don't think you're going to see Yordenis Ugas get blown out. And I don't think you're going to see Errol Spence, and I don't think you're going to see Errol Spence lose the fight. Even if, he's been out of the ring and he's, and he may, he said that he doesn't believe that there's going to be any ring rust, because he's been through 2 straight training camps, right? So he believes that he's going to be sharp and in better condition than he was when he was there for the Danny Garcia fight or the Sean Porter fight. And he made it through there. And even though Yordenis Ugas has, people say he beat Sean Porter, and many people think he beat Sean Porter, there's no real shoe-in bet that he's a better fighter than either Danny Garcia or Sean Porter, because I thought both of those were going to be good competitive fights, which they wound up being. But anyway, that's my take on the matter. You let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.